Day number 8 of Chicago Bears training camps in the books, and let's talk about everything that happened. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears training camp update video, which I'll be doing every single day at training camp this year. The Bears' first preseason game, the Hall of Fame game, is only a couple days away at this point, okay? This Thursday, the Bears will be taking on the Houston Texans in the Hall of Fame game. We'll see 3 former Bears being crowned into the Hall of Fame, including Devin Hester, Julius Peppers, and obviously Mongo. Prayers out to him and his family for what he's been dealing with, but he's still hanging on, man, to see himself being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is amazing. And the Bears also have their first Hard Knocks episode coming out pretty soon. It's going to be next Tuesday, August 6th. So this upcoming Tuesday will be the final Giants offseason Hard Knocks, and the next week is going to be our turn. It's going to be so much fun to see what's been going on, you know, behind the scenes at Chicago Bears training camp. I'm sure they've already gotten a lot of content to show to the national audience. So a lot of cool stuff coming up pretty soon. But talking about what happened in practice today, it seemed like it was a pretty light practice because there were no pads on, and it was held indoors at the Walter Payton Center because of inclement weather. It was raining outside the entire morning, so not as intense of a practice as we saw on Friday or Saturday, but still, you know, good amount to discuss. And talking about the injuries first of all, so according to Zach Pearson, he said that Nate Davis, Kyler Gordon, Travis Homer, Ian Wheeler, Nasimba Webster, and Jacob Martin did not practice today. So it looks like Nate Davis is still struggling from the strain he suffered in the last practice. Hopefully it's going to be coming back sometime soon. Kyler Gordon's still out due to the injury he suffered. Not even sure what Kyler Gordon has, but he's been out for a few practices now. Hopefully he comes back pretty soon as well. But talking about what actually happened in practice, the plays that were made, it was a bounce back day by the offense. Okay, the offense definitely had a much better day today than they had on Friday and Saturday. Now keep in mind, no pads on, and it was indoors. So those practices obviously are going to be a lot easier for the offense. So I'm not going to overreact too much to positive reports from today, but it's still nice to see the offense doing a lot better and improving on things they struggled with earlier on in camp. So according to Nicholas Mariano, first of all, the best throw of the day, it was Caleb Williams to Odunze for a touchdown in the back left corner of the end zone. Williams put the ball in between 2 defenders, and Odunze made the reception in traffic. Really good rep from the rookie duo. According to Sean Hammond, he said that Caleb Williams with some highly impressive touch in a red zone session Monday at House Hall. During 11-on-11, he lofted 2 touchdown passes perfectly over the outstretched arms of defenders, connecting with Keenan Allen and Odunze for 6 points. According to Brad Biggs, he said that the Bears were focused on the red zone in today's practice that was just less than 90 minutes and without pads. Rookie quarterback Caleb Williams was better near the goal line today, floated a nice pass to Keenan Allen, went flush from the pocket, and hit Odunze coming out of a bunch for touchdowns. So a lot of good stuff from Caleb Williams, man. I mean, he does have the ability to attack in traffic and pinpoint the ball in between defenders. We saw him do that at the college level, and he's already doing that now in practice. Okay, I do want to see a video of this play he made to Odunze. It seemed like there was a lot of traffic there. Rome made a fantastic catch. So again, really happy to see this duo, this rookie duo that we have between Caleb and Odunze connect over and over again in practice. The two have built a pretty good chemistry already in the couple months they have been working together, and that should translate when the games start. Okay, these two are going to be in a Bears uniform hopefully for a long time, and it's going to be very exciting. And you know, it's good to see him also connect with Keenan Allen on a couple nice plays, including, you know, a big touchdown. And it seemed like he was flush out of the pocket again and had to make that throw on the run, which we have already seen Caleb make so many fantastic highlight reel plays while throwing on the run in camp. He has the ability to be very accurate while moving from the pocket, which is a very important skill to have in today's NFL. Okay, we see guys like Patrick Mahomes, you know, even Aaron Rodgers, and a lot of top quarterbacks have the ability to be pinpoint accurate while throwing on the run. Okay, that's where you can be your most deadly as a quarterback sometimes, and Caleb did that at a very high level in college football. He's also doing that at a very high level so far in Chicago Bears training camp. So a lot of good stuff from Caleb Williams. Again, no pads on, it was indoors, so how much do you take away from this? I don't know, but it's still nice to hear these positive reports after a couple, you know, weak practices from the Bears offense. And it seemed like the offensive execution also was a lot better today. So according to Zach Pearson, he said that I did not see a false start today for the Bears offense, but there was a delay of game. Brendan Shagru said that Waldron is emphasizing the 2-minute offense and cleaning up the pre-snap miscues from the weekend. things looked much smoother today. Love to see that. The offensive execution was piss poor on Saturday. When I went, they had 5 false starts and a bunch of penalties. I mean, it was terrible. So it seemed like they improved on that today in practice, which I do like to see. And that's going to be a work in progress, guys, especially with the rookie quarterback, with new pieces on the offensive line. You know, it is going to take a few weeks probably to, you know, really have that chemistry and be on the same page, but they are getting better. There's progress being shown, and hopefully they can continue to make progress in the next couple weeks. Now, even though the offense had a pretty good day, it seemed like Vas Jones did not. So according to Patrick Finley, he said that Vas Jones bobbled a pass that was then picked in the end zone. Not sure who the quarterback was on this play. I'm assuming Tyson Bagent. I think that Vas was working with the backups, but yeah, that's not good. Okay, Vas has had a couple nice days at camp, you know, making some big time plays, but he has struggled with that consistency and with bobbling catches and with just flat out not tracking the ball and dropping passes in the regular season games during the last couple years. And if that continues when the games actually start, Vas is not going to see the field. He needs to have a great camp. He has to prove to the Bears coaching staff that he can be trusted out there, because so far in the last couple years, he has not shown he can be trusted. And I know it's only one bad play in camp. He's already had a couple good days, so I'm not going to try to overreact too much to this, but he has to have a good camp, guys. Like, he honestly has such high potential in this league with the amount of record-breaking speed that he has, the acceleration that he has. Like, if he could just catch the football and, you know, be trusted on those deep balls, he could be a fantastic weapon for the Bears. Okay, on those jet sweeps, he's shown great ability to turn those into 10, 15 plus yard gains. But he fumbles a lot. He drops the ball a lot. So, like, that obviously limits his ability to be on the field. If you're turning the ball over, you're not going to be out there in a crucial situation for the Chicago Bears in a big game. So, hoping for the best for Vas. I still think he does make the team because of his kick return ability, where he's not fumbled there so far, knock on wood, you know. But, you know, we'll see what happens with Vas. Hopefully he has better days of camp going forward. And even though the offense overall, again, had a pretty good day besides for Vas, the defense did win the 2-minute drill again. So according to Zach Pearson, he said that the offense struggled in the 2-minute situation. Montez Sweat would have had a sack. Montez Sweat has been having a crazy camp, okay? It seems like every single practice he's just blowing up the Bears offensive line. I feel bad for Darnell Wright having to block a guy like Montez Sweat every single day, and also Braxton Jones on occasion, you know, having to go up against a guy like Montez Sweat, because he is elite, okay? He was one of the best edge rushers down the stretch last year, and he should be, you know, a star for the Bears this upcoming season. I cannot wait to see Montez Sweat hopefully rack up 10 plus sacks in 2024. And just good to see the Bears defense overall doing pretty well in these 2-minute situations. The offense has won some days during the 2-minute drill, but for the most part, the defense has, you know, held strong. And that's one area, again, where last year they really struggled at closing out games. A lot of choke leads between the Broncos game, the Lions game, the Browns game, etc. And obviously the offensive turnovers that we had in those games did not help out our case. Okay, Justin Fields had a lot of bad, you know, turnovers late in games sometimes, but the defense still had to be better last year, and they have been better so far in practice. So I really hope that translates when the games actually start. And the final report I have is just a little bit of a roster update. So according to Courtney Cronin, she said that the Bears signed running back Demetric Felton and received a roster exemption for punter Tory Taylor, who was placed on the exempt international player list. His spot does not count towards a 90-man offseason roster limit. And I actually looked up this rule and like who it applies to, and it's only players that were born overseas, that have only played in high school football in America for 2 years maximum, which Tory Taylor did not play high school football in America. He did play 4 years at Iowa. Well, maybe even more than 4 years, right? Because or actually, I think he only played 4 years, right? But regardless, like, he was not born in America. And as long as you didn't play more than 2 years of high school football in America, you qualify as part of this roster exemption. So Ryan Poles smartly took advantage of this and opened up a roster spot temporarily. Now, this is only for the off season. So when you have to go down to 53 men when the real season begins, then this does not apply. So we're not going to have an extra guy on the roster throughout the entire season. But at least for right now, you know, we got the opportunity to bring another running back in while we're struggling with some injuries at the running back spot to the backups. And, you know, good on Ryan Poles for being aware of these rules and these exemptions, because it meant that he did not have to cut anybody else. Okay, he would have had to cut somebody to make room for Demetric Felton, but taking advantage of this roster exemption is why we're able to add him basically for free. So smart by Ryan Poles. But leave your comments down below, guys. That's all for today's video. Not a whole lot of updates. It was a pretty short video, but again, it was a pretty light practice, so there's only so much you can say from practices like this one. I will be back with another video tomorrow. I'll also be having a Hall of Fame game preview video out for you guys pretty soon, just talking about what to look for in that game, who's going to be playing, stuff like that. I'll probably do a score prediction as well, even though nobody cares, if the Bears win or lose these games. I'll probably do a score prediction just for fun, because I miss doing these prediction videos and just talking about real live games. It's going to be so fun watching this game. But yeah, leave your comments down below. As always, bear down.